Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. This is a place where we talk about all things religion, theology, especially in Africa. As an ex-Christian, I had valid reasons for walking away from Christianity. This video will hopefully highlight one of such reasons. Today's video, we're going to be looking at no other than Dr. Paul Enenche. This is a man who has one of the biggest auditoriums in all of Africa. A preacher that decided I was called by God and God asked me to build him an edifice, massive edifice. What I do not understand is why a God would need so many Christians gathered in one place. They tell you that God is inside you. So if God is inside you, why then do you need these huge structures to go and house the people that have God inside them? The amount of monies thrown into this project is astronomical. In fact, I don't think they have final figures for how much they spent. There's been all sorts of amounts being thrown around. Do they know exactly how much they spent for this edifice? Do they know? So Dr. Enenche, he is a pastor, the pastor of the Dunamis International Gospel Church. The Glory Dome is first of its kind, one of its kind. It's one of the largest church auditoriums in the entire world. World record? Yes. This auditorium actually contains about 100,000 people at a time. 100,000 people. So these were the words of Enenche himself. He said what was obvious to him was what they wanted to do. That they knew that whatever creative or gifting they needed was right there in the church. So he announced in the church that he was going to need a building team, structural engineers, building engineers, mechanical engineers, as well as quantity surveyors. When he announced this in church, of course, church people, they all came out en masse. He selected the architects and gave them the concepts that he wanted. He told them anything from 75,000 people to 100,000 people, all under one roof. He asked them to go and develop the concept, and they had about 5 different designs. So the current design of the Glory Dome was what met the specification of what Paul Enenche wanted. The Glory Dome is a masterpiece, and it represents a massive and elegant structure. No wonder the construction required going down to the earth almost 8 to 12 meters with iron pillars and concrete before the emergence of anything seen at the surface. That is almost 40 feet. And even at half of that depth, no one would consider it safe to sleep with your 2 eyes closed. Well, these were the words of Paul Enenche. He said it took them some time before they came out with hundreds of nairas, of millions of naira spent on this project. By the time you come out, you are faced with the gallery. It means without pillar going almost 12 meters. There are only a few of these kind of structures in the world. Then you are again spanning 274 meters. A football pitch is 90 meters. That means 2 football pitches under one roof without a pillar. But guys, this video is to show you that all of this is nothing but a colossal waste of resources. Can I show you how? Well, there's a video. The ambassador, Israeli ambassador, visited this structure. The words out of his mouth is going to come back to haunt Paul and Becky Enenche. He went in there. Let's have a listen to what he said.
Almighty, mighty God, Almighty, mighty God, Almighty, mighty God,
From the tip over here to the tip there is 274 meters. That's 300.
I mean, I wouldn't tell my children that, because my children would say, "What a waste! Why don't we turn it into football pitch then?"
Wait, what? The ambassador just said this whole structure is a waste. And what does Becky do? Becky laughs. No. Did she hear what he said? Guys, listen to it again. This man just called this entire structure a waste, and it should be turned into 2 football pitches. Wow.
I mean, I wouldn't tell my children that, because my children would say, "What a waste! Why don't we turn it into football pitch then?" That would be there. They'd be like, "It's clear out there. Can we come and play football? But we'll put the goal there and the goal there."
You have this roof, and the concept is you have this covering 2.5 to 3.5 football fields without a pillar in the middle.
Yeah,
That's right.
These spiders are taller than any of us. Each of those, they look so tiny up there.
Tiny up there, but they're taller than everybody here.
And they are joined together in a spider, in a network. They call them spiders.
Yeah.
I mean, there's not a single pillar.
No, it's not a single pillar. That's the idea of it. We had like 6 designs that were brought, and I decided that this would, because I gave them the information on what to do. These metals up here are 22,000 weaved like a basket end to end to make this to happen.
And the roof is made of metal, or it's made
Yes, it's aluminium.
aluminium.
You can never fail, omnipotent one, all powerful God. When all have failed, you can never fail, omnipotent one, all powerful God. Allez oui les chers, allez chez les oui, au quoi mes
Chop it bend down, make it bend down, make it bend down, make it bend down, make it bend down. See, for the best one. I go sing to the Lord for the best one. I go dance the life for the best one. If you know how to dance, make it bend down, 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 make it bend down. See, for the best too. We go dance as we like for the best too. We go praise our God for the best too. If you know how to dance, jump it bend down, make 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 it bend down. Everybody, I go mole, I go mole, somebody go mole, why you go mole, uncle go mole, why you go mole, make we go mole, shebi you go mole, me I go mole, make we go mole, why you go mole.
The man said, "What a waste." Israeli ambassador said, "What a waste." He said, let him not go back and tell his children that the son would say, "Oh, but we can fit a football stadium in here." No, you can fit 2 football stadiums in the Glory Dome. Why Nigeria, that has some of the poorest people, why Nigeria needs this kind of structure is what I do not understand. The resources that has gone into this structure could have benefited people. In Nigeria, they have more churches than they have schools. They have more churches than they have hospitals, industries. They have more churches than they need. And now you've got this gigantic one. My opinion is that it is narcissistic for one man to think I've got 100,000 people all gathered together just to come and listen to what I've got to say. What could be so special that you have to say that everyone should be gathered to come and listen to you? How much does it take to maintain this building? How much does it cost to maintain this structure? I can imagine that it will cost an arm and a leg. People are starting to walk away from religion. People are starting to realize, no, this religion did not belong to us. People are starting to say, this Jesus thing is not working. How come we have so much Jesus houses, but yet people are going into poverty? Nigeria is the second country with the largest number of people living in poverty. Over 50% of Nigerians live below the poverty line. But guess what? Nigeria has some of the world's richest preachers and has some of the world's largest churches. Something is not adding up. Paul Enenche, this was a waste of money. 10, 20 years from now, somebody is going to be crying. All that money thrown in there. Can you really get 100,000 people gathered in there on a Sunday? How many hours will it take to get everyone seated? What was the idea behind building this thing? Was it like a flex? Was it something we were trying to prove to somebody? Apparently, the altar of this glory dome was designed to be central so that everyone, 100,000 people, can all see Paul Enenche at the same time. The dome is about 43 meters. That's about 141 feet from the floor level, which is about the height of a 13-story building. All of this for Jesus. And this is why I say that this Jesus industry has harmed people. This Jesus industry has taken advantage, taken monies from people just to build structures. And you know, these buildings don't appreciate with time. They depreciate. 20 years, 30 years from now, when many people stop going to church, what's going to happen? Now, I may be wrong on this information, but please, if anyone has the accurate figures, please let me know. Apparently, the roof cost about $16 million. The roof. Some say 8, some say 16. I'm not sure. But whatever the case, my goodness. Just for the roof? Is this what Jesus wants people to do now? This is what Jesus requires of his church? That people should just be wasting money. Wasting money that is not needed at all. Religion has damaged a lot of people. This religion that was brought by the colonials, look what it is doing. Now they're throwing all that money into building structures that nobody needs. It is time to wake up. Religion is nothing but a scam. Religion is nothing but a man-made concept. Jesus cannot save anyone. Jesus is not coming to save you. He is not coming to save me. In fact, there is no evidence that Jesus even existed at all. No evidence. So this whole Jesus thing is not working. The only person that it works for is the likes of people like Paul Enenche and all his friends. The people at the top, flying the private jets, jetting from pillar to post. I wonder what they are preaching. This kind of structure. What exactly does Enenche preach in this place? That you need a 100,000 seater building just to say whatever you... Guys, let me know what your thoughts are. The Israeli ambassador said, what a waste. He knows why he's saying that. He said it. Don't forget, this is the God from his own region. Paul Enenche and the likes of them, they're serving and worshiping the God from his own region. And now he comes over here to see this kind of structure dedicated to one of the deities in his own place. And he called it a waste. Went further to say, I can't tell my son, because if I tell him, he will scream. Let me know what your thoughts are. Do you agree that such amounts should be used to build these Jesus houses? Is this what Jesus wants for Christians in poor parts of Africa? Is this the way forward for faith, belief? Well, thank you for watching and for being a part of this conversation. If this resonates with you or sparks any thoughts, let me know in the comments. And if you feel you want to add something, don't forget to put it in the comment section. Let me hear all about it over there. Do not forget to like, to share, and to subscribe. And if you enjoyed this content, let's continue to challenge these toxic and irresponsible preachers out there. Let's advocate for sense and sensibility, especially in these faith communities. Until next time, take care and stay critical.